Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Jenny and I help people transcend our limits. So, in today's video I wanted to talk about discipline. Discipline really gets some people riled up. Like, it sounds like such a horrible word, like, oh, discipline, But what does discipline actually mean? It means giving yourself a command and then following it. So whether it's trying to start a new morning ritual, maybe you want to start meditating in the morning and you're just struggling to fit it into your morning routine, or maybe you want to start exercising every day, maybe you want to start doing more aerobic activity, maybe you want to eat a cleaner diet, maybe you want to, whatever it is you want to do. It always requires discipline at the beginning until it becomes a natural part of your routine, until you just habitually do it. You have to have discipline to instill it in yourself, okay? So discipline is a super important thing for everyone. Without discipline, we literally would not change, okay? So you can even think of discipline as a way to discipline your thoughts, discipline your emotions, discipline your actions, like everything that you want to change, every way that you want to improve will require discipline. So it's really important to learn about it, okay? So let's think of discipline as a way to give up something of a lower nature to achieve something of a higher nature. Let's use meditation as an example, okay? So you want to start meditating every morning, 4 a.m, because that's what Joe Dispenza recommends. So I've recently started to do this. I've recently started my 4 a.m. meditations. And when that alarm goes off at like 3:45, a part of me wants to throw my phone out the door, but I do not. So what are some things that I've done to instill this discipline so that I get up every morning at 4 a.m. for my meditation and stay awake after that? Because that was another thing. I was getting up at 4 and then doing my meditation and then going back to sleep. And I was like, well, this is defeating the object here. So let's discuss what steps I followed and therefore what steps you guys can take and really start to instill those good habits and follow through with what you say you're going to do, because that gives you your self-respect, it gives you your self-esteem, it builds your self-belief, your self-confidence, and then the world is quite literally your oyster. Okay, so first thing to discipline is your thoughts. You have to discipline your thoughts. So when you want to do something, and then the little monkey mind comes in and starts saying, you don't need to do that, don't worry, don't need to meditate at 4 a.m. What a pile of BS, you know? Who meditates at 4 in the morning? That monkey mind's going to come in when the alarm goes off. What you do, you have that prime opportune moment to just say, bugger off, I'm doing meditation. You know what I mean? There's that little time, that little glimpse of time when you know you've got to do something, but your other mind is saying, don't do it, go back to bed. Okay, that opportune moment there is your golden nugget. And this is what Mel Robbins refers to when, I don't know, I'm probably sure that you have heard of her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go example, which works perfectly. However, I never remember to do it. So if you remember to do it, then perfect. If you don't, then this is something I just do, is as soon as the monkey mind comes up, I just shut it down. So it's not even a case of counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because I don't remember to do that. I just don't allow the voice to talk to me. I just quickly move. I move. Basically what I do is I put my phone in the bathroom. So I physically have to get up, walk and turn it off. By which point I'm awake enough to know that the monkey voice cannot win. I have to do the meditation because, again, it's giving myself a command and following it. It's improving my discipline, and if I can discipline myself to meditate at 4 a.m, then I know I can discipline myself to do more things. The first thing is to discipline your thoughts. So whatever new activity you're trying to follow, whatever new thing you're trying to discipline yourself to do, the first thing you must do is discipline your thoughts, which means you must become aware of your thoughts, okay? So whenever that monkey mind comes up to play, just shut it down. You do not want to hear it. You know what you're doing. You know you must do whatever you're doing. There's no ifs, there's no buts. You're doing it by following your discipline, by following the command that you've given yourself. You are quite literally doing so much more than just that activity. You're improving your self-esteem, you're improving your self-confidence, you're going for it, you know. If you do this thing, then you're more likely to do that thing, and so the pattern follows on. Second thing, discipline your emotions. As you're doing something, don't do it in like annoyed way. Like, be grateful. Like, you have the opportunity to meditate, you have the opportunity to whatever it is, to eat clean food. Be grateful you've got food. You're disciplining yourself to exercise. Be grateful that you've got your body, that you've been gifted to exercise. Like, whatever you're doing, do so in a grateful and joyful state, because it will change your experience of what you're doing. If you're doing things with resistance, then guess what? You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to think, what the bloody hell am I doing this for? And soon you won't be doing it for much longer. Okay, so discipline yourself to think of it as an enjoyable activity. Don't do it with so much resistance and pain and suffering. Like, just change the story, change this perspective that you have of whatever it is you're trying to do. So when I meditate, I love it. It literally makes me feel high, okay? And therefore, I don't do it dragging my heels. I'm thankful that I can get myself to this place where I've meditated for a while now, that I can get myself to this really great place in this other realm, and it makes me feel so, so good. And whatever it is that you're trying to do, just know that that's the case. As soon as, the more you build up the hobby or the ritual, whatever it is you're doing, the better you're going to get, the more enjoyment you get out of it. So always do it knowing that, it's leading you somewhere, you're gaining something from it, and therefore it's not a big slog. If you're exercising, you're losing weight, you're feeling good. If you're eating well, again, you're losing weight, you're feeling good. Why resist that? That's awesome. What a blessing to be able to achieve that when, compare that to other people in other parts of the world. They don't even have food, okay? So just change the story that you're telling yourself, and that's going to change the emotions and the emotions that you're putting behind the action, okay? And then there's the action itself. Do it with 100% of your heart, with 100% of your effort. Be present to the moment, and therefore you're going to get so much more out of it. If you're doing your run but you're thinking about your meeting, less likely to enjoy the run. If you're meditating but you're not present in the moment, you're not going to get as much out of it. You must learn to be so present in everything you're doing, and this is not something I'm great at. It's really not. It's something I'm working on all the time, and I think it's something that the whole world needs to work on, because we're all scatterbrains. We're thinking all over the place. No wonder we're so stressed. And you know what stress hormones do? It leads to disease, it leads to incoherence in the brain, and it leads to very unproductive people. So no wonder we're working 1 million hours a week, but let's face it, things could be a lot better. We could be a lot more efficient. So the things to remember with discipline is 1, change the thoughts, discipline your thoughts, discipline your emotions behind the actions you're taking, and when you're taking the actions, be present in the moment, and you're likely to enjoy it a lot more, okay? It's going to be far more easier to discipline yourself once you follow those steps. Don't remember, guys, that when you do discipline yourself, you're literally changing the way that you see yourself. If you've always perceived yourself as someone who could never complete tasks, who would start the gym in January and end it by the end of January, then you're completely shifting the story you're telling about yourself. So once you start achieving things in this one area of life, whether it's just going for a run every morning, as small and mundane as that might seem to you, guess what? You're building this new self-perception, and that's going to transpire in other areas of your life. So as small as you think it may be, even just to do the washing up after dinner instead of waiting until the morning. Even small things like that. I know they seem so ridiculous, but it's not just the action. You're changing the whole story. You're changing your whole personality, okay? And remember, your personality creates your personal reality. So as small as these little things may seem, even if it's just doing the washing, before the laundry basket goes overblown, you know what I mean? There's just these tiny little things that you can do, and it completely just switches who you become, and that switches your reality. And so therefore there is nothing small, there is nothing too small to change. Everything can be improved, and this is what our whole lives should be doing. So just reflect on your days, reflect on what it is you're doing, and reflect on how you can improve it, and then give yourself a command and follow it. And that is what discipline is, and that's going to change your life, and that's going to help you transcend your limits. Okay guys, so don't forget, do download my free ebooks, and see you on the next one. Peace.